Hi. Hey, y'all. How are you doing? I'm great. Thank you so much for asking. It's me, Kim, and I'm back for another live video. Hi. First of all, I got distracted because I was looking in the chat and somebody was she tweeting, but she ain't joining the live. Yeah, I'm a touchy-feely Pisces. I move when the wind blows. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but I'm here and we are finally going to get to talk about the Met Gala and everything with it. I am great. Thank you so much. Is it offensive to say Happy Cinco de Mayo? Is it? I live in Texas, so the cultural appropriation is real strong. Okay. Anyways, yeah, let's go. We're gonna talk about some fashion and because I love aesthetics, of course, we can't just talk about fashion. We have to talk about the politics of fashion, particularly with regard to the Costume Institute's choice to honor Karl Lagerfeld, who was problematic in so many different ways. So many different ways. Yeah. Okay. The first thing before we really get into it, I have to talk about the new merch. We have some new merch. It's taken me a long time to launch new merch because I was going through all of these samples and I didn't like anything. And we finally came across some things that I actually like. The first thing is this sweatshirt, and there's also a t-shirt that says Crybaby on it because I am a crybaby. I like to cry, love to cry, happy, sad, overwhelmed. I am a crier. The back, of course, says, and I'll cry if I want to. I love it. Love it. So we were doing the embroidered for a long time. And I love the embroidered so much that I brought the Are Y'all Okay embroidered sweatshirts back. But I saw this design and loved it so much that I was like, yeah, let's just do the screen print here. It says, and I'll cry if I want to on the back. I love it. This is an independent trading company is the name of this brand. So it's different from the Gildan, a little bit higher quality. Love. And hopefully my purple sample, because like purple is my color, should get here soon so I can show that one off. Well, I have to approve it and then hopefully it's good and then I can post that. So that's that. Shout out to all the crybabies out there. There's also a tie-dye t-shirt. I'm so glad that I finally gotten some more apparel that I really, really like. I really, really like that. Also with the merch. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. Yes. Is it a Melanie Martinez reference? No. No. I've just always been called, who's Melanie Martinez? I've always been just called a crybaby because I cry a lot since I was a little kid. Okay, but we're embracing it. The other thing that I wanted to show, it's giving Melanie. I don't know who that is, but no, like y'all never heard of like there was literally a movie with from the 80s called Johnny Depp that's called Cry Baby. What? Like what? Like no, like that's a thing. Oh, she does? Oh, I didn't know that. I truly didn't know that. I have And I'll Cry If I Want to from It's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want to. That old like that old song from like the 50s. What's going on? Anyways, I don't know what I what? Anyways, literally, truly, no clue. Anyways, I thought of this and I thought of the crying teddy bear. She doesn't have a crying teddy bear, does she? Because if so, we're just gonna scrap this shit. What? Anyways, I whatever, dude. Anyways, I still love it. What? This is crazy. Okay, anyways, that's that on that. Anyways, what? Okay, okay. So, anyways, that's that on that. I have to look that up. Are people who I pay to design things stealing? Is that what's happening? Okay, anyways, I love it. I think it's adorable. I think it's cute. Anyways, but other than that, there's so much other stuff. We'll look it up there. Okay, so also we will pull it up. This. Okay, so we also have new like actual merch stuff on the site. Here is this. So this is the we're all regular looking makeup and accessories pouch. Here's more. Obviously, we have the old classic. Are y'all okay? We're still doing Save Yourself, the sweatshirts. We have the Black Girl Power crop top. Shout out to Kendall who designed that. We have the Empathy is My Superpower, which I say all the time, the notebook, and oh, making your own money is still undefeated. Believe that all the time. I say it all the time. So we have that and a mug and a coaster. Okay, we have more of this, more of this, more of this. We have the new problematic fave sweatshirt because apparently I am problematic. The no auditions. Now this is embroidered. Why is it taking long to upload? Oh, and we also revamped the site. And so I had a tweet that went viral and keeps going viral. And it says, let's do the violet because you know that I'm into, oh, okay, you don't have to audition. You don't have to jump through hoops. Someone decides they're going to be good to you and then they do it. That's it. So that is that. That is embroidered on the shirt. So that is our little embroidery merch for the summertime. Again, Black Girl Power, this. And then finally, we have the Empathy is My Superpower iPhone case because I'm an iPhone girl. Oh, and the last thing is we have the Making Your Own Money is Still Undefeated poster. So shout out to that, okay? That's that. Shout out to y'all for supporting the merch. Shout out to the designers. Hopefully they didn't steal. Like, what is going on? I can't handle this. I can't. um, let's go here. Remove from scene. Okay. So that's that. Oh, also, I forgot. There's also the wall art up there. This is a pillow from one of the paintings. People are always asking me about art. So that's that. Shout out to y'all. If you are a paid subscriber, there is a code for 13% off of all of the merch. So love y'all, appreciate y'all. And the canvases, I know for sure on the wall art ship for free. I'm not so sure about the prints though. Okay. Um do the reading. Okay. I will write that down. Do the reading. right. Okay, the Cryberry baby shirt does not look like Melanie's merch. I'll have to look at it. Okay. We'll okay. You paid someone to design this? Yeah. I am not a graphic designer, so somebody makes all of those choices. Okay. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay, so we are going to start by reading a couple of articles about why Karl Lagerfeld is problematic. So this is from The Guardian. This is an op-ed by Tayo Barrow. And I guess we will just let it be read to us.
Karl Lagerfeld had odious views. We shouldn't be putting him on a pedestal. The list of things he derided included #MeToo, fat women, gay marriage and immigrants. The theme for this year's Met Gala wasn't a concept, it was a person. But the organizers' departure from their usual theming convention wasn't the most controversial thing about the night. The real issue is that Karl Lagerfeld, the man they've chosen to honor, was also notoriously fatphobic, anti-immigrant, possibly homophobic and, many would say, despite his slew of famous muses, low-key misogynistic. The late creative director of Chanel, who died in 2019, was a behemoth in the fashion world. Yet his list of accomplishments was almost as long as his list of controversies. He said he was fed up with the #MeToo movement and questioned the claims of victims who came forward during that time. What shocks me most in all of this are the starlets who have taken 20 years to remember what happened, Lagerfeld told Numero magazine. Not to mention the fact there are no prosecution witnesses. He also claimed in a 2009 interview that no one wants to see plus-size models, and then called Adele a little too fat. He later apologized for that one. One cannot, even if there are decades between them, kill millions of Jews so you can bring millions of their worst enemies in their place, Lagerfeld, who was German, said in 2017. He had apparently taken issue with then German Chancellor Angela Merkel's decision to allow Syrian refugees into Germany at the time. I know someone in Germany who took a young Syrian and after 4 days said, the greatest thing Germany invented was the Holocaust. He added, gay marriage and same-sex adoption, not his favorite things either. Thankfully, not everyone is gushing about this year's theme. Back in October when it was first announced, actor Jamila Jamil reminded the public about the designer's history. Why is this who we celebrate when there are so many amazing designers out there who aren't bigoted white men? She asked. The choice to have Lagerfeld front and center at this year's Met Gala when many of his worst comments happened within very recent memory is a stark reminder of just how little society values the people who are implicated in his bigotry. Women, fat people, migrants fleeing their home countries for their lives, queer people fighting for their civil liberties, all of these people at one time or another fell under the shadow of Lagerfeld's scorn. His disdain both mirrored and amplified some of the fashion world's most toxic ideals, so Lagerfeld's fashion canonization at the Met Gala seems fitting. But it's also a night when many of the kinds of people he derided were being asked to pay homage to his legacy. Twisted as it may seem, this contradiction begins to make sense when you consider that Anna Wintour, who chairs the Met Gala and was one of Lagerfeld's closest friends, has a history of supporting designers who have found themselves ensnared in scandal. As Rachel Toshian notes in the Washington Post, Wintour has gone out of her way to champion designers who have been embroiled in the worst of scandals. That list includes John Galliano, Balenciaga designer Demna and Alexander Wang, who was accused in late 2020 of drugging and sexually assaulting several victims. Wang has denied the allegations made against him. Wintour dutifully sat in the front row of his comeback show. Sign up to Fashion Statement. Fashion Statement. Free weekly newsletter. Style, with substance. What's really trending this week? A roundup. As a society, we've come to accept, and by consequence expect, bad behavior from our celebrities. And in some ways, these industries select for the big-headed, eccentric, necessarily imperious types like Lagerfeld. We enjoy their antics, and their stories make for great biopics and delicious memoirs. Still, it's important to note how our acceptance of their quirks is inextricably linked to our unwillingness to truly contend with the harm they do. Because really, what does it say about us that the most important artistic institutions continue to not only accept, but uplift and valorize these kinds of people? Why should the cultural contributions of a powerful few be considered more important than vulnerable people's humanity? Why are we so willing to sacrifice everyday people at the altar of our devotion to celebrity? Speaking on the red carpet at the gala, Winter told the New York Times that she hoped Lagerfeld would understand how many people love and respect him by paying homage to him. And that seems to be the answer. For the wealthy and powerful, the goal is to focus on the people who love you and ignore the ones you've hurt. After all, you'll be called a hero anyway.
Okay, one more. Let me get it queued up here. And let's go.
Why the Met Gala's Karl Lagerfeld theme is controversial. 2 weeks before the 2023 Met Gala, the team behind the high-fashion Twitter Met Gala sent out a tweet that stated that they would not be holding their usual digital companion event to the annual Costume Institute benefit, which is often referred to as fashion's biggest night. As we approach the first Monday of May, the HF Twitter Met Gala team would like to announce that we will not be celebrating this year's Met Gala as our values don't align with the selection of Karl Lagerfeld as the theme, the team wrote on Twitter. We hope to celebrate with our community again soon. The group's response is part of a larger long-time dialogue around Lagerfeld's complicated legacy as an influential designer who also had a penchant for problematic quips that were fatphobic, racist, and misogynistic. For Twitter user and HFT Met Gala coordinator at Rapleisha, the collective decision to not participate was an easy one. She didn't want to glorify a legacy that she felt was tainted by harmful sentiments. A lot of us are actually part of the communities that Karl Lagerfeld has targeted in his hateful speech, she told Time. And a lot of the people who participate in our event are part of those communities as well. It's not that we're not acknowledging his legacy and we're not denying it either, but part of his legacy are the harmful things that he said and we don't really want to partake in celebrating that. The discourse surrounding Lagerfeld has reached a fever pitch in the time following the announcement that the late designer was the inspiration for this year's Met Gala. Karl Lagerfeld, a line of beauty, an exhibit that will feature 150 of Lagerfeld's designs, alongside his original sketches. Read more. How Karl Lagerfeld redefined modern fashion as we knew it. Lagerfeld, the iconoclastic designer best known for being at the helm of Chanel for over 3 decades, as well as designing for Fendi and his own eponymous label, was famous for his innovative designs, his fantastical fashion shows, and his branding genius, both personally and professionally. He was one of the first designers to channel their creative leadership into becoming a public figure in their own right, cultivating the persona as the Kaiser, an aloof sunglasses-wearing and ponytail-sporting caricature of himself that catapulted him to almost as much attention as his designs for Chanel. Lagerfeld was also equally notorious for his sharp tongue and seeming lack of filter, both of which he deployed often and on many topics. While the fashion industry has long been critiqued for its lack of inclusivity, especially when it comes to larger bodies or race, Lagerfeld had no shame in deriding bodies, particularly women's bodies, though he also struggled with his own body issues, going so far as to lose 92 pounds in a year, an experience he documented with a 2005 book titled The Karl Lagerfeld Diet. Lagerfeld frequently offered unsolicited critiques of other public figures like Adele and Heidi Klum, too heavy, while mocking movements like body positivity and making outrageous claims that anorexia was not as dangerous as junk food and television, or that fashion is the healthiest motivation for losing weight. In one particularly cruel instance, he told the German magazine Focus in a 2009 interview that no one wants to see curvy women, in a response to the news that another magazine, Brigitte, was planning on no longer using models in their images, but real women. You've got fat mothers with their bags of chips sitting in front of the television and saying that thin models are ugly, he said. The world of beautiful clothing is about dreams and illusions. However, it wasn't just fat phobia that Lagerfeld was intent on broadcasting to the world. He also had a history of saying racist, misogynistic, and Islamophobic comments. In a 2009 interview with Harper's Bazaar, he said that Coco Chanel wasn't ugly enough to be a feminist, while in 2010, he was roundly critiqued for putting supermodel Claudia Schiffer in blackface and yellowface for the German magazine, Stern Photographie. And in 2017, on a French talk show, Lagerfeld condemned his native country Germany's acceptance of refugees from Muslim-majority countries, claiming with bizarre logic that the migrants were an affront to Holocaust victims. Read more. I am like a caricature of myself. Here are some of Karl Lagerfeld's most memorable quotes. Perhaps most troubling, Lagerfeld strongly disavowed the #MeToo movement, going so far as to say in a 2018 interview with Numero, in which he defended the stylist Karl Templer, who was accused of sexual misconduct by multiple models. Templer denied the allegations, that he was fed up with it. I read somewhere that now you must ask a model if she is comfortable with posing. It's simply too much. From now on, as a designer, you can't do anything, he said in the interview. It's unbelievable. If you don't want your pants pulled about, don't become a model. Join a nunnery. There'll always be a place for you in the convent. They're recruiting even. Despite a repeated history of Lagerfeld's most offensive remarks, the fashion industry still roundly embraced him as a creative genius, willing to overlook his problematic snark for the sake of his art. Following his death in 2019, while many referenced his controversial views, the majority of obituaries were glowing remembrances that held up the overarching narrative of Lagerfeld's life as that of a talented fashion legend. Amy Odell, the author of Anna, the biography, says that it should come as no surprise that this exhibition was curated, despite Lagerfeld's overt bigotry. This is an industry that is built on elitism and illusion, and people don't want to acknowledge fault lines, Odell tells Time, noting that Lagerfeld was also a close friend of Vogue editor-in-chief, Anna Wintour, the chairwoman of the event since 1995. It's uncomfortable to talk about these things, and that makes people not want to buy into the fantasy that is fashion. Read more on the Met Gala. For Odell, the controversy surrounding the Lagerfeld encapsulates the major tensions of the fashion industry at this moment, the balancing act of commercial interests and values, or at least the performance of them, the latter of which have become increasingly important to consumers, especially young ones. She also pointed out that a theme for the Met Gala like Karl Lagerfeld, a line of beauty, was a shoo-in for easy sponsorship. This year's Met Gala will be sponsored by his former fashion house, Chanel. It's really hard to have values around social good and also run a commercial enterprise, Odell said. I think that creates a lot of friction because fashion is a fairly liberal industry and you're expected to have certain values, but it can be hard to do that when you're a commercial entity. Editor and writer Emily Kirkpatrick, whose newsletter, I Less Than 3 Mess, has often addressed Lagerfeld's many controversies, believes that the exhibit, like the reverent obituaries following his death, is part of an effort to clean up or rewrite Lagerfeld's legacy with a focus on just his art, as opposed to facing the ugly reality of who he really was. Karl produced an incredible amount of very influential and important work, but he was also an asshole with some really bad ideas and some really racist, misogynistic, and homophobic opinions about pretty much every topic imaginable, Kirkpatrick told Time. It's easier for us to consume pretty things without reckoning with the horrible story behind them. Kirkpatrick doesn't think that Lagerfeld's work should be dismissed or unacknowledged because of his problematic comments. She does, however, believe that it's important to view his contributions to fashion in the context of its creator and his values, and noted that fashion is far from the only industry that has to reckon with this sort of friction. Looking at an old Chanel show could use a warning sign, she said. Like, you are welcome to enjoy this fashion and to appreciate the beauty, but just so you know, this guy probably hated you if you are not a white, size 00 model. He was not working for you. He was not making clothes for you. Ultimately, however, she believes that the selection of the Met Gala theme and the defense of Lagerfeld's influence and art in response to critiques of his prejudice is a telling reflection of fashion's true values. Fashion doesn't care at the end of the day. Fashion has never cared.
That is certainly something, certainly a thing. So, I thought it would be really important for us to, before we get into the actual, fashion critique part of this video, to lay the foundation of who Karl Lagerfeld was and why you got to at least have some conflicting feelings about putting so much energy into celebrating his life and celebrating his legacy. Look, people are complicated. Lots of geniuses, which I do believe Karl Lagerfeld was, are bigots. Lots of geniuses have internalized self-hate, right? Especially, he was a gay man who expressed very outwardly homophobic views. He was a formerly fat person who was extremely fat phobic, right? But yeah, like, we have to grapple with all of these things at one time. I certainly don't expect celebrities to do that, but that's why your favorite cultural commentators are here. Yeah. So that's that. Karl Lagerfeld joined Chanel in 1983 and was there until his death. And there are so many classic Karl Lagerfeld slash Chanel motifs that have become incorporated into our culture. It's the tweed, it's the pearls. He also designed for Fendi at one point. I mean, he had an impact, for sure, for sure. Okay, so we have that. Finally, I meant to say when I was talking about the merch, y'all just made me bummed. Like, I have to go now. I have to look up freaking who Melanie Martinez is and look at her shit. But for the merch, okay, so I am this summer having like a series of like intimate little gatherings, happy hours, I'm gonna rent like a little food truck. I'm gonna do like a little cookout, because I'm nobody, but I do have some privacy concerns a little bit. You know what I mean? Those events are going to be offered first to paid subscribers and people who have purchased merch at any point in time. And if you've come to an event before at any point, y'all are going to get first dibs on the tickets to those events. And I do think I'm going to do a live show or two before the end of the summer. So shout out to y'all. Okay. That's that on that. And yeah, the link is pinned in the shop, shopknf.com. Love y'all, appreciate y'all. I do love clothes. So I did pick out some of my favorite looks. And now let me look at the chat. I know that, but I don't think that you should be considered a creative genius in fashion if you are designing for a minority. Well, honestly, most fashion is designed for a minority. I mean, honestly, like before all of this body positivity stuff, there used to be an extreme focus on the sample size, which is, size 2. And, you know, think about Beyonce, right? I have Beyonce at the top of my mind for content reasons. But Beyonce has talked about how her mother, Miss Tina, had to make a lot of their Destiny's Child costumes because none of the big fashion houses wanted to dress Destiny's Child. Not just because they're Black girls, but yeah, that's a part of it, but because Beyonce in particular is not stick, rail thin. This inclusiveness, body positivity, like that's a modern thing. I mean, we can even think about Tyra Banks having to get out of the modeling industry, retiring when she was maybe a size 8 because she was like, I can't fit into the clothes anymore. Like that's a thing. And like Tyra was like one of two, right? That's why Tyra and Naomi like had that big beef because it was the two Black girls. So I think if we're talking about especially like couture, shout out to the fake French speakers. If we're talking about atelier, then we are going to be talking about exclusivity. Yeah. Elitism, exclusion, racism, misogyny. It's baked into the cake for sure. Okay. So Karl Lagerfeld passed away in 2019. He is held up as an icon. He was larger than life. He did have a very large impact on fashion and aesthetics for the 40 years that he was actively working. We get the Karl Lagerfeld theme, as we saw in those 2 articles, because he was really good friends with Anna Wintour, who is not giving away her spot, girl. Anna Wintour has been the chair of the Met Gala since 1995. She has been the editor-in-chief of Vogue for more than 30 years, and she is not moving. No. So that's that. And there's certainly something to be said for people understanding Karl Lagerfeld's legacy and all of the quote unquote problematic views that he's had, and not only choosing to attend, but one of my faves, Michaela Cole, was a co-chair of the Met Gala this year. You know what I mean? Like, we have to wrestle. There's a lot of stuff happening. All right, let me go back to the chat. Edward NFL. Yeah, he's definitely doing some dope shit. Let me just, we don't have time to get into this, y'all. I'm about to be late for my freaking, I have a freaking event that I'm supposed to be at happy hour right now, but I told him, that I'm going to be late. Okay, let's go. I'm going to go through my favorite looks in alphabetical order and then we'll do the pyramid at the end. We're gonna start with and I love this. Anne Hathaway in Versace. It's just so interesting how far Anne Hathaway has come. She went from like everybody thinking that she's annoying and that she tried too hard and she was like, the fake A student of Hollywood. And now she's just fucking killing it and we all love her and adore her. This is a very classic Versace, right? So it's a mix of the the Chanel tweed and the classic, Chanel flowers with also classic Versace accents with the safety pins and all of that. Donatella Versace was there looking just like how you expect Donatella Versace to look. I loved this. I love the kind of bouffant hairstyle and the understated makeup. Obsessed with it. Anak Yai, am I pronouncing that correctly? Wearing Prabal Gurung. I'm not exactly sure how this fits the theme, okay? But sickening. The glass skin, sickening, gorgeous. The sequins and the structure of the lower part of that dress, the work that's gone in, gorgeous. Just insane. Insane. Yeah. And okay. Actually, we'll talk about it later. Brian Tyree Henry and Karl Lagerfeld Couture. So that's a thing. But I do love this. It's definitely giving Carl. Over the top. It's drama. Love the ruffles. Love Brian Tyree Henry. Why is he not in more stuff? I like it when men show up to these events and choose not to be boring. It's a lot of look for sure, but like this is the event to have a lot of look. The men actually showed up in some good outfits. Right. Right. He killed it. Killed it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. After that write-up, it's hard to look at these looks and not give a side eye. Mm-hmm. Yep. But that's the thing. As humans, we have to hold multiple ideas. We have to hold multiple ideas. Okay. Um Cardi B in Chen Ping Studio. I've never heard of them before, but I like it. Like it a lot. Um there's a lot of black and white here, a lot of neutral colors here because that was Karl Lagerfeld's aesthetic. He kind of had a uniform, right? So it was black and white. It was the leather fingerless gloves. It was, the freaking 17th century or 18th century like hair, as it got white. And yeah, this is it. I like it a lot. It looks like a little bit of a cake topper vibe, but definitely high fashion cake topper. And of course, like the rosettes, right, that like make up the skirt of the dress, a reference to the classic Chanel like rosette, that comes on all of the boxes. And so I like it. I'm into it. And the hair is also a reference to some Chanel collection. It definitely looks familiar, that gray kind of structured, bouffant hairstyle for sure. Okay. Carisha. I just love it. I just love it. And you know what I love about this? Okay, I have a lot of Carisha feelings here because I just love everything about this. Okay. I love where Carisha is in her career public persona right now. You know what I mean? Like it's equal parts messy, but also she's clearly a woman who was about her professional shit and her public persona and public image. And if you're not really paying attention, it might look or feel like she's just doing things. You know what I mean? Like she's just like fun girl, whatever, city girls we up or whatever. But it is just so careful. And I just love where she is right now. Obviously, she came with Diddy. We're not gonna talk about that. But this look is such a great mixture of fashion. We're giving us fashion with it's glamour, it's fashion. Of course, it's on theme again with the pearls, with the hint of BBL fashion that has now become mainstream fashion. So she also gets to bring herself and her natural vibes and aesthetic, but it looks expensive. It doesn't look cheap. It looks couture. You know what I mean? Like it's just, she really did it. I also like that the hair is simple. I like the chandelier earring. I just think, yeah. Yeah. Okay, let me go to the comments. Carisha is giving the Marilyn Monroe playing dumb all the way to the bank energy. Love that for her. Yeah. Yeah. It had to grow on me. The bottom is great, and the feather top is what sells it. The pearls seem out of place. She rocks it though for a first timer, but like the pearls. But also, it's also giving me like a Josephine Baker vibe. Like I am really really into this. I am. Okay. Yeah. Next, Doja Cat. Oh, let me take this away. Okay, so why do I like this? I one love Doja Cat just like as a performer, just like as an entity. But the Met Gala is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be playful. It's supposed to be where you do things that you can't do anywhere else. And I like the commitment here. I do. Doja Cat is wearing Oscar de la Renta. I like it. Okay, so the reason why there are a couple of people that had like cat stuff on is because Karl Lagerfeld was like a notorious cat person. Shout out to the cat people. And he had a cat that like he just carried around all the time called Choupette. And like her dress is like the high fashion cat, but also her name is Doja. I just like it. I like it. The prosthetics, do give me a little bit like there used to be when I was a kid. Y'all are too young for this. Like a live action version of Beauty and the Beast. I keep referencing this show and I'm like, does anybody remember this freaking show? Is it just me? Anyways, but the prosthetics remind me of the Beauty and the Beast, the show. Eccentric. Yeah. It's avant-garde chicness for me. Love it. Yeah. Her never being invited to the Met before. But you know what? I think, well, yeah, that is weird. But I would say I feel like the last 18 months have been really breakout for Doja Cat. But yeah, it is interesting that like Ice Spice like already got invited to the Met Gala, but like this is Doja Cat's first time. Okay. Oh, yes. And I love this, Diana. I like that she is all about being weird. Okay, I forgot to mention this. One of the reasons why I'm so into Doja Cat is that she is not always, especially lately, preoccupied with looking like a bad bitch. It's not always, trying to look sexy or appeal to the quote unquote male gaze. Obviously, she is pretty, she is sexy, she just talked about the stuff that she's done to her body or whatever. But like, I think brilliance comes from like not being afraid to look weird. You know what I mean? That preoccupation with like looking pretty all the time. You know what I mean? Like that, it's like honestly, it's like the Kendall Jenner, Kylie Jenner shit. You know what I mean? Like why they look so boring consistently because it's pretty first and like nothing under the surface. Okay. Yeah. That's that on that. Okay. Next, Jenna Ortega and Tom Brown. Shout out to Wednesday Adams. I love this look, love the tweed, love this. It's like Baroque, you know what I mean? Like obsessed with it. The platform, like, Oxford here. I just love it, you know? The tears, the structure that's gone into this with the little mini train. Shout out to Tom Brown because Tom Brown understood the assignment for sure. Let's look at the comments. She is giving full gothic Lolita. Yeah. Yeah. Who was that? Aubrey Plaza's little sister. um, it's giving Halloween. I assume that is a reference to Doja Cat, but like, okay, we're gonna just take a little detour here because I have some thoughts. I know that a lot of people liked Janelle Monáe's look, and Janelle Monáe is not on my list. And the Halloween comment just put this up for me because I think that the Met Gala is supposed to be fun and playful, but I don't think it's always supposed to be full on camp, right? Like that's why they made, was it last year, the theme, camp, And I think that it takes a lot of focus, and like intention and restraint not to just default to over the top campiness. And love Janelle. Did I misgender them? I hope I didn't. They're non-binary. But love Janelle, beautiful person, but I just felt like it was just too much on the campy side. I still want fashion. You know what I mean? I still. And so the reason why I like a Doja Cat is because it is beautiful, gorgeous gown, but fun and on theme. I just think that there's a balance to strike, you know? Okay. Next. I liked the reveal, but the final look reminded me of the mayor from Night Before Christmas. Janelle's look was disappointing, but I see they've been doing the sexy thing, showing their new body now more than ever. I miss their fashion taste though. Like, yeah, I think that there's like a lot to say here about Janelle Monáe, right? Because clearly they are in an embracing my body, exploring sex, exploring sexuality phase. Love that. Love that for them. Obsessed with that. You know what I mean? And even Janelle announced the title of their new album is going to be something about pleasure. You know what I mean? Like there's like some pleasure in there. And so it's clear to me that I mentioned Josephine Baker when I was talking about Carisha, but there is something there that they're going to be exploring in this, new era with the album rollout. And I also wasn't offended by the sexiness. I get it. It was tasteful, intentional. But I get it. Oh, Janelle said their pronouns are they, she. Okay, love that. Okay. Tom Brown always does that silhouette. It was too gimmicky. Okay. All right. Let's get back to my faves. Next, we're going to do, I liked it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Jennifer Lopez and Ralph Lauren. Okay. So this is more boring fashion, fashion, fashion. Jennifer does default to the same kinds of silhouettes over and over again. I still liked it though. I did. I'm sorry. I just liked the cutouts and I just liked it. I liked it. I understand. I'm basic, you know. All right. Kim Kardashian in Chaparelli. I did like it. I did. Okay, so there's some discourse around the Kim Kardashian look. I'm gonna say from the neck up, like I'm really into this. The classic pearls, she's wearing shapewear under there. I am into it. I don't know if I like that top part. I'm not sure. I don't know what hair I would have preferred. It's not doing it for me. And I'm also not even 100% sure about the necklace, but I do really like this and the little cover up. Internet social media people have said that this is explicitly a reference to the classic, keeping up with the Kardashians moment. You're doing amazing, sweetie, which was Kris Jenner hyping Kim up when she was doing her Playboy shoot, where she was just wearing, the draped necklaces, the draped pearls. I don't think Kim has confirmed that, but I do think that Kim is an aesthetic genius, truly. And so if that is what was happening, like I wouldn't be surprised at all. Okay. The hours of work that was put to Kim's look with the pearls, the train. I get it. Okay. Something is off to me about the look, maybe the shapewear. I don't know. I'm into it. I don't know. Okay. All right. Next. Michaela Cole in Chaparelli. Of course, I immediately knew that this was Chaparelli because Chaparelli loves those little like toe shoes. That's like one of their signatures. Michaela, the freaking face. I know I said, what a face on Twitter, and people were like, surgically altered face. I'm gonna be honest with you. Um, I'm not 100% sure that it's surgery, not to like get into my freaking Lori Hill bag. Definitely some fillers, definitely some jawline contouring here. And somebody said something about the nose. I'm not sure about the nose, but whatever has happened here, she looks great. I love this. Again, the intricacy of it. And this is a reference not necessarily to Karl Lagerfeld at Chanel, but he, again, like did these little, he was, at Fendi for a short while. And a lot of those collections were, see-through and yeah, this is giving me that for sure. For sure. Or just being African and having a natural face. I don't know. Um, do we I don't really have a deep desire to do a comparison, but I could. Um, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not being a hater. I'm speaking as somebody who knows what they're talking about. But if you want to do it, we can do it. If you want to do it, we can do it. Okay. Let me pull this up. And again, I've gotten filler a few times, so I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying, okay, so let's go here and do, okay, share and go here. And add to scene. All right. So this is not me being Lori Hill again. All right. So this is an image of Michaela Cole, whom I've always the freaking skin here. Cheekbones are cheekboning. Skin is skinning for sure. Okay. But we see that the shape of her face is different, especially along the jaw and chin area, right? So definitely in our 2023 Michaela Cole, let's see. Right, Gala Beauty. So in our 2023 Michaela Cole, let's put this here. We definitely see more angles. From the front, we definitely see more narrow. Right. Can y'all see this? Is it getting big for y'all? Oh no, it's not. Sorry. It freaking. So we definitely see, sorry, let me be here. The first image, it's more round, right? And we see more angular along here. That's classic contouring, classic filler contour. Classic. I mean, I don't know if you know, you know. I spend a lot of time looking at this. If you know, you know. Beautiful, sickening, but yeah, good work for sure. Don't freaking go to the freaking injector med spa down the road. Don't do that. Like, okay. Um, I'm sorry. I know we want to pretend like nobody does anything, but it's fine. Like, it's fine. She looks amazing. Okay, so let's move on. I also liked Salma Hayek and Gucci. I also like Salma Hayek and Gucci. Love the red, love the pearl. I just think Salma Hayek looks great all the time. Marrying, the head of LVMH like didn't hurt her. Okay. Um, and my final look here is Tiana Taylor in Tom Brown. I like it. I know people said Tiana is looking like, brown skin Michael Jackson. I think she looks gorgeous. I loved it. Again, just the tweed, the androgynous, and then mixed with the super form-fitting skirt. I just loved it. Okay. Now, okay, my pyramid. Yeah, don't. She's married to Bernard Arnault. You asking the question makes me feel like I might be lying, but Salma Hayek husband. Oh, Francois. Sorry. Not LVMH. He is the president of whoever owns Gucci. Okay. Sorry. Not Bernard Arnault. Okay. So, bottom tier. Sorry. Oh, goodness. What's going on? Hi. Sorry. Let me just do this really fast. Okay. Okay, bottom tier. The base of the pyramid. Doja Cat had to be on there. I loved Michaela Cole's look. I just like it. I like that it's daring. I am a big Schiaparelli person. I thought that their last collection was just absolutely brilliant. Obviously, Face Card Never Declines. My God. Jenna Ortega, incredible first Met Gala outing. Love everything about the Tom Brown look there, just perfectly put together. I liked Kim. Now that y'all are giving your comments on Kim, I might reconsider putting Kim there. But my instinct was that I liked it a lot. I'm not sure if I like it as much today looking at it, but I did a couple days ago. So she's at the base. Anak, just gorgeous, sickening. Okay. The second tier of the pyramid. Tiana killed it. Again, Tom Brown. I just love this freaking look. The tailoring of this look. Are you kidding? Next is Cardi B in Chinpeng Studio. I like that it's a lesser known designer. I love that Cardi can like tap into lots of different vibes. She can do high femme, she can do glam, she can do, around the way girl glam. I love this. High fashion. Shout out to Colin Carter. And the second best for me look at the Met Gala this year was Anne Hathaway in that Versace. Versace did what it needed to do. I just like everything about it. I like that the makeup isn't trying too hard. I just thought that she looked great. Okay, so now who do y'all think I put at the top of my Met Gala pyramid? Okay, like I will look in the comments to see who y'all thoughts. Okay. I give it to Carisha. I did. I love this. I love this. I like that it is her aesthetic. It is her vibe. It's on theme. It was an unexpected surprise for me. As soon as she came out of, I don't know, the Sprinter or whatever with Diddy, I just thought, bitch, you fucking did it. Somebody commented, maybe the dress can be a little longer, maybe, but I love this freaking train here. The different textures together. I really am into it. Right? It's showgirl, but it's glamorous, but it's like fun and playful. But it's just, I think and I also like the idea of Carisha coming to this event full of fashion girls and eating everybody up. I just, aesthetically and just like politically, I just like it. I'm all in there. Okay. Yeah, so I like the hair. The face is a little boring, but maybe if you're doing all of this, you know what I mean? With the color, maybe you don't wanna do a whole lot of face, but yeah. Yeah. I loved it. Okay. Sorry. Thought Hallie looked cute. She was on my, honorable mention list, but it was again, I feel like the Met Gala is the space to go outside of just being pretty. You know what I mean? Be pretty, be beautiful, be glamorous, but also give us a look. And it felt like Hallie's look felt like, a normal red carpet look, which is understandable, right? Especially as we are on, the brink of The Little Mermaid premiering. I get it. I get it. Just trying to like have your face out there, like become no, like I get it. I felt the same way. People were like, "Oh, what is Ice Spice doing?" I feel like Ice Spice is just happy to be in the mix. You know what I mean? Happy to be in the building, trying to get some looks. You know what I mean? Trying to get some new eyeballs on her. So I don't have high expectations of that. Yeah. Florence Pugh. She did not show up for me, but let me look at Florence Pugh. Met Gala. Well, I'll just pull it up real fast. Okay, let's look together. I'm gonna pull this up, but oh, add to scene. What's going on? Okay. Uh, uh, it's no, it's not giving for me. This is Hallie. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty. It is. Of course, we did not talk about Rihanna, but we can talk about it now. Uh, you know, I get it. I definitely get it. Um, you know, I get it. But Rihanna's pregnant and stuff. So, okay. Okay. Um, Sora Choi. Okay, so we can definitely look at her really fast because yes, I was so close to it. I think I might even have a slide with Sora Choi in it. I didn't do her because I'm like, how many freaking Tom Brown looks am I gonna do? But yes, I like it a lot. I do like it a lot. I did think it was good. Let's see. Yeah. Let's move this over here. Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing for sure. And you know what? I forgot that I'm done. I'm on Bing now because Google is not good anymore. Okay. Okay. Dua, y'all are saying Dua Lipa Met Gala? No. 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 Um Oh, and I almost put Bad Bunny as an honorable mention. I almost did, but there was just something about it that just didn't So, of course, love the freaking back out, you know? Okay, we again have the classic Chanel, rosette kind of theme. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little first communion-y. Yeah. Yeah, but I like it for sure. I don't know. There's just something that's just not yeah, but no for me. Yeah, but no. Okay. Um all right. Let's do y'all are saying yeah, Bad Bunny is handsome. Yara Shahidi. Oof. I don't like this dress. I don't like it. No, I don't. And Jean Paul Gaultier. No, but the face. Now this is a mug. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. I saw someone say, "Oh, she looks old." No, she looks chiseled. I'm like, "No. She's beautiful. I mean, that's a face. Like, come on. No." Okay. FKA Twigs Met Gala 2023. This is going to be a no for me. No, I'm not moved. I get it, but I'm not moved here. Okay. Who else am I seeing in the comments? Kendall? Y'all want to see Kendall Jenner? Okay. I get it. I do get it. I do get it, but it's not moving me. I understand it. I do. But for some reason it's not doing anything for me. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Suki Waterhouse or Suki Waterhouse? Huh? This is what y'all wanted? No. Oh, Conan Gray. Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that a lot. Oh, I wish I'd seen this. I like it a lot. Yeah, I do like it a lot. All of this around here is so Carl. It's so good. Oh, this is really good, you guys. It is. It's so good. Oh, crap. He would be on the pyramid for sure. Nobody mentioned Kiki Palmer or Jeremy Pope. Let's see. Oh, I'd be forgetting to do super chats. Okay, but yeah, I like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. The boot, the cutout glove, the pearl, masculine. It was yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Why did it take me to Bad Bunny? What? Oh, yeah. Conan Gray, 8. He ate. Who is this? Who dressed him? Was it Olivier? Is Olivier? Was it him? This is yeah, yeah. Definitely second tier pyramid. Definitely pyramid material for sure. Okay. Is it Balmain? Loved it for sure. Jeremy Pope. Okay, so this is him. Another Balmain. Okay. Yeah, tailoring good. We have a big train. And the train. Oh, okay, I get it. The train. Whoa. That's a look. Is the Karl Lagerfeld. I don't know, it's a little too on the nose for me. Very attractive man, but the Karl Lagerfeld train is just a little too on the nose for me. Okay. Thames. Uh, oh, okay, wait. Yes, Thames is beautiful. I like whoever styles her. I like it. It's giving, what's that show that was about like women in the 1800s on HBO? What is that show called? HBO show, Gilded Age. Yeah, it's giving me Gilded Age. With this, yeah. So yeah, it is. It's giving me bustle for sure, but that's a natural bustle. Um, shout out to Tim's. Mm, I like it. I don't know if I love it. Okay. Okay, wait, I can only do 3 more of these. Ava Max, Met Gala 2023. Okay. Okay. It's giving bridal a bit. Maybe it's giving bridal. It's not working for me. It's not working for me. Billie Eilish. No. Beautiful. Beautiful there. I don't like it. But you know who I did like that kind of had this kind of going on? I did like Gigi Hadid. I did like this. Yeah. Maybe a little too pretty for me for the Met Gala, but I liked it. Okay. Um okay, last one. Shy Gildius Alexander. Shay Gilgis Alexander, Met Gala 2023. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I do like it. I do like it. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. I don't know where this person is from, but yeah, I do like it. Yeah, I do like that. Mhm. Mhm. All right, that's that on that. Again, shopknf.com. Shout out to the last thing I meant to shout out was I am doing more paywall content. The last paywall video I did was my experience at the Usher show in Las Vegas, and I just talked about it. It included some clips and talked about my experience and why that was the best concert I've ever been to. Before that, the paywall videos that I did were about the conversations about women being breadwinners. So those videos are uploaded here on the YouTube subscriptions. They are also behind the paywall on Patreon, and they are also on the Substack. So wherever you can pay to subscribe, those videos are up. You can take a look at that right now. I am so dreadfully late to where I'm supposed to be going. Sorry. I'm sorry. I had to do this. Okay. Last comments. The men looked a lot better this year. Congrats to the stylist for not giving them a classic tux. Yes, thank you. We love, commit to it, commit to the theme, commit to serving us looks. Yeah, I love it. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave you can hit me up on Instagram or Twitter. If a lot of people have been sending me links. There's a lot of links I need to get to. The stream's about to be over, so leave a comment down below. Yeah, I will see you guys next time. Be safe if you're gonna be doing the Cinco de Mayo stuff. Okay, bye.